With big dreams, 25-year-old Sun HAIBIN moved to Beijing from Inner Mongolia. He became a personal trainer, and because of the high cost of housing in the big city, he opted for a dormitory attached to the gym's locker room. But like millions of other young Chinese men, not having his own place is bad news for his love life.
For a man to find a girlfriend, it's a big help if he has property. It is a materialistic society.
But property prices in Beijing have soared, so there's major pressure on young men just starting out. Real estate is one of few investment markets for the growing middle class. That's one of the main reasons prices are high. While opening the annual parliamentary session, Chinese Premier Li Keqiang repeated the government's message. Real estate is not solely an investment tool.
We need to be clear that housing is for people to live in.
Usually it's a single
But some
child.
economists don't expect real estate prices to fall for at least 10 years.
Of course, there has to be a change in the society in how much pressure they should put on the young man. But the solution, I think, fundamentally is economic solution.
Many believe that solution needs to come from the government, such as tax breaks and low-interest loans for first-time buyers. But they're barely being discussed in China.
The author of a book on China's millennials says that they are the generation that's going to change the nation. But the offspring of the one-child policy are facing pressures unlike any previous generation. I spoke with him in one of Beijing's oldest neighborhoods. When you talk about the anxiety level of this inability to own their own flats, where does that rank in kind of their life?
Right up at the top, Scott. There are so many pressures heaped on this generation of young Chinese. And the pressure to own property, to own a flat, is foremost among them. There's even a phrase in Chinese, fangnu, which is housing slave, or literally a slave to the mortgage.
So if you're a young Chinese man such as Sun HAIBIN and want to get married at some point, hard work and dedication might not be enough to buy your own place. He knows that already and will eventually move to a smaller city where house prices are cheaper. Scott Heidler, Al Jazeera, Beijing.